Pew, 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 pew. What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to your friendly neighborhood online YouTube podcast, and that is Comic.
Weeb!
I am your co-host, James, aka Comics for Cheap, aka hashtag send it to James, aka I'm back! And I got my co-host here with me.
It's your boy Chris, aka Black Santa.
This shit cracks me up every time.
AKA he's back! AKA super. This water is not there. Cold water. Sponsored by no one at all. We don't have sponsors. Yeah.
No one would even come close to sponsoring this show. We are way too ridiculous and outlandish. So yeah,
we'll get the sponsor soon.
No, but we'll get that sponsor.
We'll get the
But yeah, this is the live podcast where we talk about everything pop culture, mostly comic books and movies and anime. And yeah, we have plenty to talk about today because we had a Disney Plus day that came by recently. And so there's a lot of new stuff there to talk about. Lots of spec on the horizon. Apparently, we're supposed to get a Spider-Man trailer while we're live tonight, which is crazy. And if I'm able to find it when it drops or whatever, we'll throw it up on the screen for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just tons of stuff going on. But how you been, Chris?
I've been all right, you know. And then you talk a little bit before camera, you know what I'm saying? So you know how I'm feeling. But yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I watched. We also gonna talk about the Eternals too. That's gonna be something we'll talk about.
We can talk about Eternals. That's right. I don't even know what's coming up. No, Hawkeye I think is coming up next. But yeah, just tons of stuff.
Again, I won't be watching that. So James will give us the recap, and I'll just give my opinion on it.
The trailer that they released on Disney Plus Day on Friday, I was actually surprised. I don't know if you watched that trailer or not.
Nope.
But as far as the Hawkeye trailer goes,
I saw it and was like, I'm good.
We've been talking about it. Both of us are kind of like on the fence of like, we could probably live without it. After that trailer, this trailer was more of like just a kind of like a full scene type of thing. I was like, if the whole show is on caliber with that scene, it might be decently worth a watch. Because I was pleasantly surprised when I saw it. I was like, wait, this is the Hawkeye show? It was totally different from the first trailer that they put out, which made it seem like super goofy, right? Because we watched that here on the show. So everything seemed pretty goofy. But this one, it was pretty in your face action, and stuff like that going down. And just kind of Clint trying to train Kate Bishop. And of course, there's some quips here and there, but like the trailer, man, I like it was pretty dope. I can't front. So that one is like we'll see. Well, I'll watch the first episode and then I'll definitely make a decision after that if I'll continue or just wait till it's done and then binge the whole thing.
So this could be like a 1 episode review. I guess we'll find out when it drops.
That's right. But yeah, we got other like announcements and all sorts of stuff going on from this Disney thing. I'm actually going to pull up their page so I can make sure I don't miss anything.
And while you do that, one of the things I saw that I mean, honestly, it was such a bad trailer to me was the freaking teaser for the She-Hulk trailer. Oh my God, did that look like straight garbage? It looked bad. Her acting sounds so terrible. Like it sounds super cheesy, and it looked like straight garbage. Like the freaking Moon Knight trailer. Shout out to Raekwon. I know somewhere he was just like going crazy. Like it's finally happened. He was saying, "He's here, he's here." God, pass me my lotion. He's here.
I was about to say he definitely took his pants off when he saw that trailer.
I mean, Jesus Christ. It was quick as hell, but I mean, I'm pretty sure he enjoyed it. Anyway, but no, back to the trailer. Yeah, like that was short, but I was intrigued by that. The She-Hulk trailer, I was just like, all right, this is gonna be a Hawkeye thing all over again. Cool.
Yeah,
like it just looked terrible.
The She-Hulk one is basically like it showed her green legs, and then I'm a regular lawyer, and then like except not really, and then she's talking to I guess Hulk, the smart Hulk, Professor Hulk form, that is now a thing. So I was like, okay, so are we ever gonna get an actual angry Hulk again? Like, is that really gonna happen, or not so much? But again, like you said,
I think it's time frame. I think it's a timeline though, because I think this takes place before he gets healthy. Like before, okay. So if I'm not right, I don't think he has the sling on when he's in the Shang-Chi movie. Right? I don't think he has a sling on. Okay. And I think in this one he does. So I think this is before this happened. So maybe he still hasn't reverted back yet. And I'm going to assume, I mean, I'll be beyond shocked if in the next, when we actually get Hulk, not this garbage She-Hulk bullshit, when we actually get the real Hulk and a real actual thing that matters, I think we will get the actual Hulk. He could show up in this too. Like he could rage out at some point and, she has to try to stop him or whatever. And I'm just calling it straight up. If for whatever reason she beats him, dumbest thing in the world. But I don't even want to hear holding back. He would beat the living shit out of her. Right. I'm thinking he could show up then and rage out or whatever, but I'm really sure we'll get that Hulk instead of the lame small one that does really nothing really. He just snaps his finger. Good for him, but really doesn't do much or anything.
Did you hear that they are there's rumors right now of them possibly doing a World War Hulk movie?
I did hear that, which I really feel they already dropped the ball on that.
Yes. 100%.
So I'm not excited.
I'm not excited either. I talked to a local vendor about it at a show, and I was like, because he was talking about it, he was like, "Oh, World War Hulk, blah blah blah." I'm like, "They're not doing it, dude." And if they do it, it's gonna be watered down. It's gonna be name only, exactly. Like Age of Ultron was name only. Like Ragnarok was name only. So if they do like Avengers, World War Hulk, or something like that in the future, it's gonna be name only. Because I don't know exactly what would trigger a World Breaker Hulk in the MCU. Like what now that like we haven't seen an angry Hulk since Avengers 1. Like, let's be real. We haven't seen a real raging out angry Hulk since Avengers 1 in 2010. It just hasn't. We haven't seen it. So
all right, here we go. I'm gonna go on, finish it. I got an idea. So go on.
Oh, okay. No, go ahead, because I'm sitting here wondering like what the hell is gonna be the event that makes him so angry. Unless we get like the what if story where he becomes the world breaker because of Galactus or something like that, but that like really that's gonna be it. So what Chris, what is the idea? Where are we getting World Breaker Hulk from?
All right, I'm about to make Disney some money here. Well. I mean, they don't need my ass to make the money, but you get me. I'm saying I'm making a little more. You know what I'm saying? A little more change. I'll make some change so they can get on the Disney buses out there. Apparently, they're very expensive. Anyway, so this is what they could do. At least this is what I would actually do to make the She-Hulk actually mean anything. Okay. I would have it where Hulk rages out in Vegas, just like he originally does. They go to Vegas for, like, she has to go to Vegas for a Pacific trial or whatever the case may be. She has to go to Vegas. Hulk goes with him. At this point, he has gotten past the Smart Hulk's crap. So he's back to really being Bruce Banner, but he's not fully for sure what's going to happen when he transforms again, what he's actually going to be. Okay. So something happens. She gets in the fight. Whatever happens forces him to transform. He completely rages out in Vegas, destroys everything he can destroy. She tries to fight him. She loses. The only thing that reverts him back is him seeing her laying there basically dead. He thinks he killed her. She gives it her best, but she just gets beat. He thinks he kills her.
That was She-Hulk, you said?
Huh?
He kills She-Hulk, he thinks?
No. He thinks he killed her. So that's what actually reverts him back, because he completely calmed, and now he's just like freaking, like he's just beyond sad. So he revolts back to Banner. He thinks he killed her, but he didn't. Luckily, obviously, he didn't kill her at all. But, she got beat up really bad. But he freaked Vegas up. Okay. So now we go on to the events of Doctor Strange movie. Let's say the big spoiler, one of the big rumors out there is the Illuminati is going to be in the movie. So the Illuminati does show up in the movie as planned. This gives Strange an idea, because originally, technically, Black Panther was the one who put the Illuminati together in the first initial run, where we kind of brought them together in the second one, really. But anyway, Black Panther was they held it in Wakanda. But anyway, Doctor Strange sees how the Illuminati is, and he feels he can do a better version, a more nicer version, not as whatever happens in the movie version. He don't want that version. He wants a different version, or he likes that version, whatever the case may be. But he puts together his own Illuminati, and then one of the reasons he put them together is because of the potential threat of the Hulk. Because remember, in the original Illuminati, everybody agreed to put Hulk away except for Namor. He was the only one who was like, nah, this is messed up. Let's not do that. Like, this is really fucked up.
And Reed was like, fuck you and your green underwear. We're sending Hulk out of here.
He was. He was like, I'm sick of your fucking Speedos, yo. I see you looking at my wife. I'm going to beat you. So,
that scene was legit crazy, because Namor was just sitting there like, bro, I tried to fuck your wife. Like, in that fucking, while they're talking about the Hulk, Namor still had to bring it up. Like, bro, I still tried to fuck your wife, bro. And Reed's like, that has nothing to do with this.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Those hands would have been thrown right then and there, bro. I'm like, oh, you trying to fuck? I'm about to fuck you. But no. So that would be one of the big reasons why they put the group together. And then that leads to them tricking Banner and sending him away. And boom, there you have the movie. So that would be like a really simplified way of doing it. I mean, it'd be super simple.
It wouldn't be
it's what Marvel kind of does.
It wouldn't be the fact that he lost something. You don't think they'll do another attempt at Planet Hulk necessarily. It'll be more the fact that he's mad because his friends, or who he thought were his like best friends, his group, his family, the only people he had on Earth, tricked him and sent him away again, from like essentially getting rid of him again from Earth. So then he comes back and he's like, nah, fuck these bitches. I'm back.
That's right.
Just come in, Hulk smashing everything that he possibly can.
That's right.
Okay, yeah, I could see that happening. I could see that happening.
That could be a good way to do it, and then you can actually make the She-Hulk series actually mean something. Because I don't think it's gonna mean anything. Like, it's just gonna introduce her and have her there, but I don't see this introducing anything really important. This way you can set up a huge importance in this series that leads to multiple things.
At best, we're replacing the Avengers with these new characters, because She-Hulk wasn't one of the Avengers. She also was one of the members of Fantastic Four for a little while. We could also start building up like the Secret Wars stuff, like possibly like kind of hinting towards it. That's really the only thing I can think of for the purpose of the show. I mean, I really can't think of too much outside of like trying to build up another member of the Avengers. I don't think that they'll include her in the Fantastic Four in the MCU, but maybe
because remember, while she became a Fantastic Four member, Ben Grimm
did the thing. Ben was
going
Fantastic Four, son.
Didn't he stay on like the moon? It was somewhere I forgot the planet he stayed on, but he stayed on another planet, and then she became the member while he was gone.
Did he leave Earth? I thought he was just like, fuck y'all, and I'm doing my own thing.
No, I could. Well, it was something similar, something like that, but it wasn't as bad as like screw you guys. It was like, I'm gonna just stay here.
Okay, because they did that series, The Thing, that had like 35, 36 issues or whatever, and one of the covers was like, I'm done with the Fantastic Four, like blah blah. But like most of that series was still on Earth, so I don't know. I can't remember if he left.
Dennis had many moments though where he's just like, I'm done with the Fantastic Four.
Dude, like since issue 1, he's been done with the Fantastic Four. So I don't know how they made it 600 issues. Like, I don't know. It was not a surprise that he left in the 300 mark.
And his solo run, that I know that Pacific run did not do very well neither.
No, but it was a solid story.
Yeah.
I mean, it was solid. Like it held up. There were lots of cameos, other character crossover stuff going on. That but I mean, the Thing proved himself that he could actually take some people out. That he was being, not so like in the Fantastic Four. It always seemed like he struggled to beat certain characters or whatever one-on-one. And then during this series, he stepped up to the plate and was able to take out some characters. Including,
you would hope so, because it's his series. So if he was just getting jobbed out by everybody
the whole time,
like, Jesus Christ, this dude's a gag character now. Yeah, like screw that. All credibility is gone.
Yeah. Including, I mean, he even handles a mind-controlled Spider-Man at one point. Like, I can't remember who was mind-controlling him, but like the Thing was trying to knock some sense back into him, basically, and was able to hold up a bit. I mean, he did get his ass tossed through a building, but Spider-Man is no joke when you're going up against him. So, but yeah, so no, he did his thing.
He died.
No pun intended.
But
yeah, so I mean, outside of that, I really can't see much. If we get an Illuminati and Doctor Strange, like if we do, then I will be more like, okay, maybe we're actually gonna get World War Hulk. But if we don't get Illuminati and Doctor Strange, then there's no hope for World War Hulk, I don't think, outside of just like a name grabbing title.
Right, 100%, yeah. And I think the thing that sucks too is if we do get the Illuminati, the people they named in it is beyond lame, and it's reasonable because I mean, the original Illuminati, we don't have Iron Man, we don't have Black Panther. Let's call it what it is. Namor hasn't been introduced yet. Reed hasn't been introduced yet. Good Lord, is the only one. Yeah, matter of fact, Black Ball hasn't been really. The only person who's been revealed is motherfucking Strange.
Yeah.
He's the only one. And then Captain America was part of the second Illuminati. He wasn't part of the first one. So the only one that's been introduced is really him, because unfortunately Black Panther's gone, so we can't use him anymore. So it's just wow.
I mean, they might try to use Shuri. I don't know. Dude, that movie is having all sorts of issues. They can't figure out what they want to do.
So, though, considering your main star died and you didn't have a backup plan.
Right. And now, what's her face? I can't remember her name. The actress who plays Shuri is hurt from doing her own stunts on set. So now the movie's being pushed back again. They keep saying
I'm sorry, that's gutsy for her to do that. But looking at that little girl, like she's like the way her body's built, I would not want her doing her own stunts.
Right.
Yeah. I'll be like, look,
fell off some scaffolding or something.
I love that. I love the enthusiasm, but right now, we're gonna use a stunt double just to make sure you're safe.
Yeah. Like even The Rock uses a damn stunt double. Like there's no shame in it. You don't have to be as crazy as Tom Cruise.
No,
like Tom Cruise is crazy. He's not the one we need to be looking up to. Nobody wants to strap themselves to a plane and get hit by a rock at 700 miles an hour, except for Tom Cruise. He's the only one. But that should tell you something about Tom Cruise.
It really should.
But yeah, so if we do get Illuminati, whatever version of it, then I'll be on the side of World War Hulk. Otherwise, me. But yeah, so Disney Plus Day. So we talked a little bit about She-Hulk. How about the return of the X-Men animated series?
That was really cool. Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
So apparently it's basically just gonna pick up where the series left off, which is so dope. And continue just more of the X-Men animated. I think that's awesome. I'm gonna go back and rewatch the animated series again, because I watched it again when Disney Plus first released. It was just like me watching cartoons again, and I was so excited. And now I'm gonna rewatch it again in preparation for the new episodes, because that is probably one of the things I was most hyped about that they announced. I can't even front.
Oh man, am I with you? I love that, man. I was so hyped about that too. Because again, man, me and you growing up in the 90s, bro, like the X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, like they just killed it, man.
Right.
And X-Men was just, I remember every single freaking episode too. Like I actually do. I remember every episode of all of them because I watched them and just loved them. Then Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Like Unlimited was great, but I still feel the original Justice League was better because it focused on a core of the main heroes instead of it being like 1,000 heroes Unlimited focused on, because it was just too many damn heroes. Still good, but it just had way too many people in it, where it was much better when it was just single outs. But no, the X-Men series is just so freaking good, man. The animated series was awesome. I still say the animated series is better than any X-Men movie ever made. It was just so good.
Okay. So good. So I'm pumped for that. I hope that they do it justice and continue the X-Men animated legacy. Then like we said, we
let's be honest. I gotta say this, and me and you know, we real, so you're gonna get real stuff up here. Is there any worry that how society is today that they're gonna water this down?
I don't know, man, because I mean, water it down, what, like the action, the violence, or whatever, or what?
Well, who know? I don't know. I don't know about the violence, but some of the themes that X-Men like they dealt with. Do you think they're going to still do that? Do you think that it's going to be? So. Do you think they're going to make more of a choice to do something similar to what the Internals try to do in a way, and try to go towards more of the quote unquote woke America or whatever? Do you think they're going to do something like that? Because that is a fear that I have. That's a fear that I have. They could
I don't know, man. Like whether they have some other representation or something in the show. I mean, X-Men has been an allegory for racism since the 60s. Like it hasn't changed in 70 years. So if they were to try to switch it up now, I think that would be silly. And if they are saying that they're just continuing on from where they left off in the 90s, then like they got to hold true to that and just keep the show like obviously a bit better animation wise, but still true to its similar roots and everything, where it started, it came from, the source material, everything like that. I say hopefully it stays on course with that.
I hope so. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Right.
But either way, I'm still excited too.
Definitely,
because this
definitely
is
excited
awesome,
for that one.
This was really good news. This was really, really good news.
Absolutely.
And hey, they're still calling it the X-Men, right? Remember the reports coming out that they're like, I forgot the lady name, but she's like, they shouldn't call it the X-Men anymore.
That was the most ridiculous. I told you that shit wouldn't.
Blah blah blah. Shut up, lady. Shut up.
No. If anything, I'm not even gonna go there. No, I'm not gonna. Oh shit! All right, so then we got a few seconds of seeing Mark Spector on the screen. Didn't really reveal much, but I didn't expect it to, since that I don't think they're gonna be releasing that for a while, right?
Yeah.
So we talked about She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. Not very excited about that, but hey,
you are very excited about it.
I said I'm not very excited about it, but if it's cool, it's cool. I really don't know too much about Kamala Khan. I need to do a little bit of reading, to be honest with you. Outside of the fact that she's like a little kid and she's got, the power. And then they confirmed What If Season 2.
Yeah. Which me and you talked about a while back about them already talking about trailers for it. So I wasn't shocked about that one. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
Probably because they're just using half the episodes that they scrapped, but whatever.
Because we're gonna get the episode with that explains the thing with Gamora, because that was supposed to be in season 1, but it wasn't. So that's why a lot of people was confused. Like I brought up when we first talked about it, a lot of people was confused. Like, why is Gamora here in this story? What's going on? That was kind of a weird thing to do, to just pop her in there. But obviously they couldn't take her out because that would have been a editing nightmare and would have been really dumb. So it was like, we'll just throw her in there, and they're going. I'm pretty sure that'll probably be the first episode. Probably dealing with the Gamora and Tony Stark stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't very impressed with season 1. I doubt I'll be impressed with season 2. Then we didn't see any kind of trailer footage or anything, but Echo was officially, I guess it's already been officially announced, but just like reconfirmed, I guess. Echo is another one. I think Echo's supposed to show up in Hawkeye. I mean, if Echo is like legit a badass, like in the show, it could be cool. I don't know if they're trying to reproduce what they tried to do with Daredevil, with the Netflix show Daredevil, and like make her a really gritty character and everything, because she comes from Daredevil. So I mean, she's basically Taskmaster.
I'm happy you said that, because it literally made me think of something. So why did they turn Taskmaster into a female when we have Echo?
Because Echo's going to be a man.
I would actually give them props if they did that. I would actually give them props. We know they're not, but I would give them props if they did that.
And then Echo and Taskmaster, start dating. It's cool. It's cool. It is what it is.
It's cool. It's fine.
It's all good.
It's all good. Except Echo has to have a female bodysuit and then reveal that it's a man underneath.
He's got like tissue stuff for tits or whatever.
That shoot lasers
out. Machine gun titties.
Yeah. I love Austin Powers.
How did I miss those?
Yeah. That's a good voice
too. So yeah, Echo is another one that's like, I don't really know too much about Echo. I know basically she's just Taskmaster, just without some of the brutality that Taskmaster has. So it's,
and of course, what I told you about her getting the Phoenix Force after getting her butt whooped in the whole tournament.
And that was recently. Yeah. I think she actually created by Kevin Smith, or did he stop writing by that point?
I'm not for sure about that one.
That's
an interesting question.
I need to know, because if Kevin Smith actually created this character, I'd be more interested to read just to see, because I think this would be his first character outside of like his Clerks universe that would actually get into like something that he created into like superhero fruition on screen, right? Which would be pretty dope. Like Kevin Smith's a pretty cool dude, so for him to like grow up reading comics and just be doing it to actually like writing comics to now create, if he created a character that makes it, that would be pretty dope. But I'm not sure if he did or not. I know he started that series, like he started, I know at least the first few issues, so I don't know if he made it to that point or not. We got a Spider-Man freshman year announcement for an animated show of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So we're getting animated Spider-Man again, along with the animated X-Men. Obviously, it's not like the 90s series, but we'll see. I guess they didn't really release too much information about it. They just kind of showed that it was going to be animated.
What's just funny about it, the 90s series definitely should have got a second chance, because that ended with like the ultimate cliffhanger. And it's like, so I guess we're still.
Dude, they brought it back, a 30-year cliffhanger.
You were never resolve that one. Like, this is the ultimate cliffhanger, probably out of all of the animated series. And they're just like, yeah, we'll just keep it there. Like, so we're done. Oh, okay.
No all resolve. Right. It's all good.
Okay.
I Am Groot is getting an animated series. I told you that they were probably going to do something like that. I definitely thought that. I figured it was going to be Rocket and Groot, but just Groot is still fine. I'm sure it's going to be funny. That's probably going to be a kid's thing. If I'm being real, that's probably going to be like a little kiddie, whatever. But it's still probably going to be hilarious. They're using Baby Groot. Baby Groot was hilarious in
He was.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Probably
I
my
still love that
favorite.
scene when everybody's laughing and he's laughing too, and it's like you shouldn't be laughing right now.
I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. No, that's the bite that'll kill everybody. Oh my god, that scene is just so funny.
It's so good. Oh my god, it's so good.
Man. All right, then we get an Ironheart announcement. I don't know if that's gonna be a movie or I guess it's gonna be a show if it's on Disney Plus. But we're supposed to get Riri in Black Panther 2 as far as her coming in, and now she's got this. Whatever, we'll see what they do with her. I've got the Riri
see my
spec
favorite
books.
character on screen.
Yeah, I know it's your absolute favorite person and character and superhero. And if you were going to be saved by anyone, you would definitely choose Riri Williams. But you know, it's cool.
Sure would.
Then we get Agatha, House of Harkness, was announced.
Yeah.
I guess just a little spin-off show. She did good as Agatha on WandaVision, so I'm not mad at it. You know, it could be good.
Yep, could be.
Marvel Zombies was announced that I could give less than a shit about.
Don't care whatsoever.
Dude, I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
About
didn't like the original story. Didn't like the What If episode that much. I didn't hate it, but it didn't like make me go, oh my god, it's amazing. Didn't hate it, but I was just like, I'm definitely not I'm not watching this series either.
Yeah. And then Secret Invasion, which we knew was coming, but they've kind of re-solidified that that's got a scheduled date and everything like that. So Secret Invasion, I'm down for that, especially if we're leading into like Secret Wars and stuff like that. So Secret Invasion would be pretty dope. It just depends, again, how they do it. Where's Nick Fury? Where the Skrulls coming from? Can we build up a little more of the Kree-Skrull war prior to it?
But that's why the Illuminati's important too, because they're one of the main reasons why that crap even happened.
Right. And so I feel like we have a lot of building to do before we get to that. And I really hope that Marvel's not trying to take a route where they're starting to just jump forward as fast as they can, because we have plenty of content that we can go through. And they could ease on the brakes a little bit, but for example, like I'm saying, like, can we talk more about the Kree? Like, we really only got them in Captain Marvel, and I got to tell you, a lot of people didn't watch that fucking movie.
Because it's
so we need a little more from that, and then if I know we're getting Fantastic Four, I feel like Secret Invasion could be one of those that I wouldn't mind them pushing back just so they could do it right. But
again, don't DC it. Do not DC it. Do it right. Do what got you to the ball. What people always credit you in a positive way for your story building. And then the Eternals, we'll get to that in a moment. Then the Eternals really did what we thought they were going to do. But either way, your story building and storytelling has been what got you to the ball. Do not throw that away. Don't mess that up. That's been your biggest thing that everybody has universally praised you for. And that's the biggest thing people completely get on DC about, of them just jumping ship to things, just throwing things right at you without any real story building. Don't do that. Just do it like James said, do it right. Take your time. You don't have to rush it. You really don't. Just let it go natural. Right.
And then I think last that I cared about, I mean, they announced a lot of stuff as far as like the Disney side too, of like little spin-offs and series for Disney characters. But there was the Book of Boba was like kind of just pushed into your head, and as well as the Obi-Wan series. They had like some behind the scenes type stuff and some some concept art, as well as a interview with Ewan McGregor. They were basically teasing that Obi-Wan and Vader will in fact have a fight in this show, which is dope. So if we are going to be in
that is very dope.
So if we are going to be in the era now where Vader's hunting Jedi, so it's basically like Vader in his prime before the Emperor really starts like throttling his power, I think that would be a sick show. So
that's why we still should have got the Vader show.
I know.
It would have been much better. Like Obi-Wan, yeah, we like Obi-Wan, but Vader is still, you can make an argument, it's still the face of Star Wars. And it would have been, you would have made a lot more money if you would have made it, the series been focused on Vader's time when he was hunting these Jedis. Because those stories are unbelievable good. They are so good. So freaking good.
Coming from someone who's not a big Star Wars fan, the fact that I sat down and read the Vader comic series, like I could not stop reading it. That should tell you something about how good. Because I'm sure that I was missing, little nuances and cues that a better Star Wars fan would pick up on. So if I was that interested, there's no way you can tell me that Star Wars fans don't love that series.
Yes, and I love it being a Star Wars fan. Not a mega Star Wars fan, but a pretty huge one. Played a lot of the games and really loved reading some of the stuff. And the thing that I loved about that time frame when Vader was doing all that stuff is it showed how smart Palpatine actually really was. Because the movies don't really show how smart he truly was. It just kind of have this old guy around. But this series shows like especially
they were more focused, I guess, on the twist that Senator Palpatine is actually the Emperor or whatever. Like that seemed to me to be their main focus. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. But it's just like the stuff where, like, especially like the one thing when Vader, like the whole thing of the way Vader was killing all these Jedis, and then like that one fight where they was just like Palpatine put in a story to make it seem like Vader killed so many people on this planet, but he actually didn't. He did put in work, but he didn't actually kill as many people. But Palpatine put out this perfect story that definitely even built upon Vader's like intimidation. And then Vader was able to live up to it because anytime he showed up, he did what he had to do. But Palpatine was able to just build on that in such a smart way and a strategic way and got all the Jedis, just like anyone remaining left who got away, just crapping themselves at the thought of Vader stepping foot in their atmosphere, let alone the damn planet itself, no matter where they was on the planet. If Vader was there, they're crapping themselves like, oh my God, he's coming. I need to get everybody I care about away from me and just wait for this dude to show up and kill me. That's basically what it was. And it's just like Palpatine was really good there. And again, focusing on that would have been something I would have loved. Not saying Obi-Wan was not going to be good, but that would have been good.
It's just I wonder what the main focus of that show is going to be with it being called Obi-Wan, like, because he went into hiding. I mean, I know he whatever. He separated Luke and Leia, and he was basically just in hiding. So to name it Obi-Wan, it is going to be interesting to see what the main focus is. I don't think that they've confirmed anything about the Emperor being in the show, but I'm sure that anyone could put the hood down to their nose and have the makeup to look like the Emperor. So I mean, even on hologram or whatever, I'm sure he's gonna make some sort of an appearance.
Because it'll be kind of weird if it's during this time frame and Vader shows up, but the Emperor doesn't do anything. Like he's not even like he's gonna have to be mentioned no matter what. Like if nothing, that would be beyond like, wait, what? That makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty cool. As far as Star Wars goes, I mean the Book of Boba I'm pretty excited about coming off the Mandalorian. That should be pretty good. A nice little bounty hunter show there. So yeah, I'm pumped about those two. And I think that was it as far as everything for Disney Plus Day. So let's talk about the Eternals.
It's finally time.
It's the time. Man. It is time.
It's time.
So, you watched it. I watched it. Go ahead and give us your quick review of the movie, Chris.
Okay, so I'm gonna go into the parts of good and bad. So,
just real quick, if you haven't seen Eternals, there may be some spoilers. So just FYI.
It might not be made. There's gonna be spoilers because we're definitely gonna be talking about end credits. We're gonna talk about the movie. There's gonna be spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, definitely.
It has been 2 weeks, so I feel like
it's been long enough. It's been long enough.
You can shut us off if you haven't watched it.
So it looked good visually. It basically was everything me and you said it was going to be. It was everything I thought it was going to be. It looked visually it looked good. Had no problems with that. I think the actors didn't do a bad job. I think
they were good. They were solid actors for sure. I mean, they chose a good lineup.
Yep, I think they did a good job at what they was given. But my God, the biggest issue with it, which I knew it was going to be, is boring. It is so much talking.
It's slow.
Talk is basically the whole movie. And then you get like little action sprinkled in every here and there, which honestly seemed forced just to have action in there. That was one of the things I kind of felt that like we needed action, but at the same time I was like, yeah, this is kind of like forced in there just to be there because we got to give them an enemy. So, you know, we gotta have them do something because we can't have it be complete talk. But that's really what the movie is. It's like 79, maybe close to even 80 to 90% just talking. And then you get a little action basically, you know, so here and there and then at the end. But man, it's one of those movies where okay, so it was interesting that Ajax was already dead, where I thought she was going to play a bigger role. But she didn't.
Right.
I thought that was interesting because she's already gone basically when the movie really gets going, like, you know, in the time frame of when everything's happening, she's gone.
Yep. When it kicks
off for
real.
I thought that was an interesting move. It also made me think to myself, why did you recast her to a female? You should have just kept a male if you're gonna even do that. Like, seem like okay.
Yeah, the gender swap there really didn't affect me at all, just because it like who gives it? Like nobody fucking knows these characters, so it didn't really.
See, and that's another problem.
And like, for example, Alexis wouldn't have known that Ajax was supposed to be a dude, so.
And to be fair, it's not like Ajax has never been a female in the comics anyway. But the point is, it still was a pointless swap. Honestly, it really was a pointless swap. It's not as egregious as the Taskmaster crap because that was just dumb, pointless, and just disrespectful to the character. Honestly, that was just dumb.
Just downright disrespectful.
It was disrespectful. It was egregious, as Stephen A. Smith would say. Like, oh my God. No, but. See, and that was another problem with this movie, though, because of the fact that let's be honest, these guys are really powerful, right? Like they're really, really powerful people, even in the comics. And obviously, in the comics, they're a lot more powerful. Sure. But here's the thing, though. The Eternals are pointless, and what I mean is, there's characters who are a lot stronger. There's X-Men who are stronger and can do anything the Eternals can do better. So, in the grand scheme of things, their power isn't even that, like, it's not needed because you have other people who can fulfill the role better, and there's other people who will watch the planet or guard the planet and everything else. Like, the Eternals are just there, honestly. And that's one of the reasons why they always bomb in comics and they never make any money because they're really pointless and they're boring.
Right.
So you make a movie about them. I knew it was going to be a boring movie. Not as bad as what was it, Dune? Is it Dune?
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but look. So many people have said that they loved Dune.
It put me to sleep. That was the one movie that actually I fell asleep on it. It's boring.
I couldn't because I had read the book and I was like, I know how boring the book is, and like I get that they'll probably whatever, no pun intended, but spice it up with the movie, but like I just couldn't. I still haven't been able to bring myself to watch it, even though I can for free on HBO. I'm just like I have no interest in watching a drug war on a inhabitable planet.
Like, it's not even an interesting drug war on an inhabitable planet. It's just boring. It's so much talking that is boring. Like, the Eternals didn't put me to sleep. And granted, I'm more invested in the Eternals. I have no idea nothing about Dune. I just wanted to see it because everybody was saying, "Oh, this could be something." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." But it was just boring. But anyway, the thing I wanted from the Eternals is I wanted them to show scenes where when everything popped off. Because honestly, if this movie was not if you didn't know this was a Marvel movie, you wouldn't really think anything about it in terms of like, this movie does not, as important it is to Marvel in building things, and it does do that in a way. The Eternals don't feel like a Marvel movie. It doesn't. It's like it's Marvel in name because you know it's a Marvel movie, but you can get away with this being called something else and just let it play out.
I think that's why it was reviewed so harshly. I mean, obviously there was the gay couple with Fastos and his husband, and then there was the sex scene that everyone freaked out about. That wasn't even a sex scene. But I think the main reason, like outside of the homophobes and everything like that, the other ones that I saw was like, this didn't feel like a Marvel movie. I don't know who these characters are, you know, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. It's like, okay, I can get that and I can respect that, but we like, it's not household names. Like when Captain America came out, when Iron Man came out, I was like, yeah, I recognize those names because those are the toys that I've always seen when I was growing up. These are the comic books that I read. These are the animated shows that I've seen. We haven't had anything Eternals really as far as mainstream culture until right now. And it's like, boom, here it is. Here's 12 new characters that you've never fucking heard of. And here's a 2-hour movie that you're going to sit through and watch them kind of build a new world that leads into like their galactic adventures that Marvel is about to launch. And it was certainly a risky move to make. But I will say a few things that I enjoyed and did not enjoy about the movie. One, I'm with you. Visually, it was stunning. I did like the movie as far as visually. I thought it was all there. They used pretty much every effect they possibly could to make it look amazing. And I thought they did. Two, I thought as far as addressing the critics of the sex scene, I don't know if you guys forgot about Iron Man 1 and 3, but Robert Downey Jr. had a little more raunchy of scenes than what was going on. Also, if I'm dating someone or being with someone in a relationship for 5,000 years, bro, we better be fucking. That's all I got to say. we better be fucking. It's 5,000 goddamn years. So I can overlook that. Plus, that scene I felt held weight later in the movie when Icarus turned, but not really turned, because then it took him a lot more he was emotionally attached, and it showed that with this sexual scene. So he wasn't able to. He hesitated with Cersei. So there was a point to that. It wasn't a pointless scene. Like it established their connection together and their friendship and their relationship. So
now, I do want to say this too, real quick, and I don't think James is saying this, but he's right. That was a lot. That scene was extremely important in terms of getting you to understand even more the intimate connection he has with her. You know, blah blah blah. But sex scenes in movies aren't like, unless it's a horror movie, because it's completely pointless. There, it's just titties, and then you know they're gonna die. But sex scenes in movies, in reality, I don't see them as like pointless, because I mean it's realistic, because we're humans, we're gonna have sex. So
like
have movies where sex doesn't happen completely. You're around these people for so long periods of time. It's just straight up bullcrap. That's not how real life works.
I saw even in
apocalypse, like happens a lot.
I brought my kids to this, blah 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 blah. Like, the movie is rated.
Right.
It's rated PG-13, which means parental guidance is advised under the age of 13. So,
and plus, you're a crappy parent who doesn't do research, because the sex scene was announced extremely early on. And so if you didn't do the research, that's your fault. You went to a movie and brought your kids to it and something happens.
Right. Yeah, so that's just your parenting. Plus, I'd put money on the fact that your kids have seen Deadpool, so shut the fuck up. All right, so that next, as far as also addressing the critics with Fastos and the fact that he had a husband and adopted a kid.
Yeah, screw those critics on that.
Solid, dude.
Right.
That was a solid, healthy relationship. Good. I loved the character of Fastos. I thought he was dope. The technology and he was hip in the modern time, and he was just kind of like staying true in the house. I thought that shit was funny when he smashed the table and he was like IKEA fall collection or whatever. That shit cracked me up. Even outside of even though I knew it was in the trailer or whatever, it was still made me laugh. So I was like, fuck y'all with that. homophobic bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
it's cool. The dude's been around for thousands and thousands of years. Like it's cool. So that's that. So now, as far as
in canon, he slept with old girl too, because everybody has. So yeah.
I don't know if anyone knows the history of Romans, by the way, but they just fucked everybody. So like growing up, they showed them in that like time and era of like growing up. So like, of course they're gonna be a part of all that culture. So anyways, so visually stunning. I thought the fight scenes were like, it was okay. I thought the humor was not too much, so they had just the right amount of humor. With the Indian dude, the camera dude was absolutely hilarious.
Oh my god, he might have been the best character the whole day.
He was probably the best part of the movie.
Yeah,
and
he was.
But at the point where like they didn't overdo him, which was
good.
So
they did a good job with him.
It was a perfect balance there. I thought they did a very good job explaining Celestials to just everybody, anyone, us casual fans, it doesn't matter. Like, just the fact that they're introducing Celestials into the MCU, I thought they did a perfect job explaining the balance that they provided, the fact that they needed to exist and be born and everything like that, and that civilizations needed to die, planets needed to die in order for other ones to thrive in multitude, which I think was a great way of freaking building up Galactus coming to the MCU, because Reed makes that exact same argument in the comic books that Galactus needs to exist. He needs to be around in order for civilizations to survive and thrive and be born.
The Trial of Galactus?
Trial of Galactus. That's pretty much what it was. So that part I think was great. Introducing a bunch of characters all at once for the casual fan, I think, is what killed it. As far as reviews go, I think that it was a little trickier to follow and remember all of these names, especially since the names were not conventional names by any means.
No.
So it was a little harder, even for me, to like kind of remember, oh, that's that guy. Oh, that okay. Like, to stay on track with it. But to be fair, Jack Kirby's source material, like you said, is pretty much like a history book. Like, it is pretty boring to read through. That, and I mean, he did the same thing with DC with New Guts, and that actually started 100% right here, which is why I busted it out over here. So I don't usually have the Ginger Jimmy Olsen book on display, but
you gotta stop talking about Jimmy.
Look, Jimmy the Ginger. All right, but because it is important. And like kind of relates to it. That's why I have it on display here. So, but yeah, so Jack Kirby, so it basically was a history. It's very wordy. His artwork is incredible, of course, but I mean, if you were to go, you would probably, like the average comic reader that only reads new comics, would struggle to get through that series for sure. So there was that. I'm glad that Dane Whitman did not become fully the Black Knight in this movie, because I feel like that would have pushed it way over as far as too much happening. So I'm glad that they kind of pulled him back, waited for him to progress in the future. That was a good move, I think. And yeah, other than that, I mean, I'd give it a solid 6.5/7 out of 10.
I would probably give it a 5.5. But here's the thing too. What also really hurt it was what you talked about, which was an actual plus that I agree with you as a plus, was the fact that they did a good job. They did a really good job explaining basically everything they needed to explain when they had to. But that was the double-edged sword, though, because of how much exposition they had to give the audience. You're just sitting there for this 2-hour. This movie is so long. You're just sitting there and you're just like, nothing's happening. But you're listening and you're listening. But you got to also remember, especially the nowadays fans, not many people want to sit through a long movie where it's mostly just talking. So again, me and you called this crap because we knew it was going to be. I specifically said this movie is going to be boring, but it's going to set things up in the future, which it does. But one of the things that also, really kind of sucked about the movie was, and I do want to say this, and you brought it up, and I do agree with you 100%. Those critics who was getting on the homophobe stuff and all that crap, they need to cut that crap out. That was good. Right. That was that was one of the better parts of the movies, 100%. And like, just cut it out. The only issue I've ever had with that was the fact that they was like just throwing it in everybody's face, where I just felt the shit was more natural. Just let it happen in the movie. That would have been just better just for it to happen instead of doing. They did like literally a 30+ minute thing talking just about that. So one, you already spoiled it, and two, you're just talking about that for 30+ minutes in an interview.
Like, who cares? It was a 2-minute scene.
Who cares? It's natural. Yeah. I don't want to hear about a relationship between a man and a woman for 30 minutes. I don't want to hear about any of that. I don't care. Just let it happen in the movie. Awesome. It would have been even better if it was just natural and it was just there instead of you already also building that hate culture. You kind of built it for people to just start hating without even seeing it.
Without even seeing the movie. Right.
So they should have just been smarter in the grand scheme of things. Something else that was like really like was the fact that it's weird because, like I said, they did a good job explaining everything, right? But like the deviance was just there. Like they really. It's like they was just there just because they needed a villain just to have a little fight scene with, and just for that to just happen. What I really wish that movie would have focused on a little bit more was what actually happened when the Avenger stuff was popping off, when the attack in New York happened, when all that stuff went down. Why come we didn't get like a really cool scene of like one of the Avengers thinking they're saving one of the Eternals, because obviously the Eternals don't need savior. Like if a building's falling on them or a shot's coming their way, they're easily going to survive it or just destroy whatever's coming their way. They're trying to keep it low key, but they're going to protect themselves, right?
Yeah,
it would have been cool.
None of them were in New York, but yeah, I feel you.
No, that's what I'm saying. Though you could have easily had any of them there. Right. One of them could have been there. One of them should have been there, to be honest with you. You could have had one of them there. One of them should have been in each major event that popped off in the Avengers to kind of explain more of why they really didn't do anything. Because they didn't really do a good job. It was the most bare-ass thing, the most simplified thing of why they just didn't do anything.
Yeah, don't interact with humans unless it involves the deviants.
Yeah,
and they kind of explained why that, like they needed the humans to evolve technologically to.
Yeah, but they've also helped out how many times?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, whatever.
And again, I don't need them interfering. It would have been really cool to make it feel more like a Marvel movie. Because honestly, this didn't until it gets to the setups. This didn't feel like a Marvel movie at all. To make it feel more into Marvel, they should have had a scene where something was falling on maybe a building, and Iron Man just shot it. You think that we would have popped if Iron Man would have just showed up, shot the damn thing, and then flew off. That would have been cool as hell. Did they do that? No.
Oh, snap. What's up, Cam? Yo, what up? Just got done watching the Spidey trailer. Holy shit, I'm pumped again. Please, no more looks. Well, you continue. I'll see if I can find the Spidey trailer.
Yeah. So, that was a huge, that part was extremely disappointing. And I think you would kind of agree with me on that one. They could have did that. That would have been really cool if they would have did more things like that, but they didn't. They decided not to do that at all. And I'm just like, why?
Let's talk about the end credit scenes, and then we can bring up this trailer.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. So, okay.
So the first one.
What did you think? You go on ahead. Hit us with the end credit scene. Hit it with the first one.
So the first one was Pip the Troll showing up to announce Eros, aka Star Fox.
I love how you announced it.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty funny. I mean, he's voiced by Patton Oswalt, pretty famous comedian.
Yeah.
So I mean, a little bit of humor. I thought the CGI for Pip the Troll was awful.
Yeah.
Absolutely garbage. Looked like a troll from Harry Potter 20 years ago. And that is like, I'm just being real. Like, we just sat here and watched the most beautiful movie that Marvel has put out, and then you just put in the most garbage CGI character that you possibly could have mustered. And I get that was probably like last minute or like the very end to kind of contain leaks and everything about what was going on, and it was still leaked, so it didn't matter. But like, that was pretty garbage as far as the look goes. But it was cool, whatever. The god of love, the god of sex, played by fucking Harry Styles, whatever. Cool. Thanos' brother. Here he is. There he is. He was an Avenger at some point in the 200 range of the Avenger storyline issues. So cool. Now we have Arrows, aka Star Fox. Another character that most people don't know who the fuck he is. Then the second after credit scene, we had Dane. He's like, all right, here we go. Opens what I thought was going to be a bass guitar, but holy cow, here it is, the ebony sword. And it's whispering to him, it's moving, it's alive. It's like, oh my god. And then we get the voice of Blade.
Yes, because everybody was confused at first. Right. People were so confused. They was like, who is this? The most thing people were saying, the one I heard the most was saying it was a Watcher's voice. That's what a lot of people was thinking it was, to the point where it had to be confirmed by the director, and she's like, no, it was Blade.
It was Blade, right?
Like, so that makes.
I'm sitting here thinking, like, how the fuck is Blade even connected to this movie? Like, the whole time I'm sitting here watching it, like, how are they even gonna tie him in, even as an end credit scene? I'm like, this doesn't even make sense. It's gotta have to be like a different character or whatever, like showing up. But then when they showed him just kind of like about to pick it up, and are you sure you want to do that? It was, yeah, whatever. I'm hyped for Blade. I think he's going to appear in something soon before he gets his own thing. Otherwise, what was the point of casting him so soon? Just same thing as Jonathan Majors as Kang. I'm sitting here like, why would you cast him so soon if not for him to appear in something before that? So I 100% think we're getting Blade before we get Blade. So that's hyped. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't think I missed anything from
the one thing I do want to say, then we'll get to Spidey. I do want to say this. It's like, because we did like a like he said, like a mid spoiler. We didn't go like fully in depth on the review of it because of how long it is and because of how weird the movie is. Like, it would have been so long to go into a full review. So I think it was a good review. The thing that just sucks though, the grand scheme of things, to sum it all up, and it's just the truth of it. The Eternals are just boring. They're just like, the most interesting thing to ever happen has been more recently when they was like, the Eternals, when they die, because every time they die, they get brought back. The machine just basically brings them back. The thing that was cool to me was like, oh, now we know something even bigger. Anytime an Eternals die, when they're brought back, a human on Earth is killed. So they're being brought back, a human is instantly killed, and then they're brought back to life. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. That's it. Mm-hmm. That was like the most interesting thing to me. Like, even their little ability for them to all collectively think together, which does happen in the movie, for them to all think together and make the Unimind or whatever, which some people's like, that's so OP. It's really not. But for them to do that, like, that's cool and all, but damn, they are just boring. And that's really what hurt them. But it did what we said. At the end of the day, it set a lot of things up in the future. Mm-hmm. And that's what that movie was.
Yeah, it was a setup movie. I mean, we got to remember. I can't
recommend it for people, though. Personally, I can't recommend it. I would rather just say, just read up on it, really. I can't recommend going to actually see it because of how boring it is. If you're a true Marvel fan, you'll get through it. But a lot of casual fans, I see why it bombed, and people don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, even with Alexis coming out of the theater, I had to explain certain points to her because she said basically the same thing. That was kind of a boring movie. I don't know these characters. Yeah. I don't know, what's going on, everything like that. And so I had to explain certain things and how they were setting up, Galactus and Celestials in general, and just like future moments probably with Black Knight and Blade. But again, like Black Knight, she knows who Blade is, of course, because the movie's Blade, but like Black Knight, she doesn't know and like Arrows or Star Fox, whatever you want to call him. You just don't know him. And so it's like we've lost now that household name thing. So when the first Captain America movie dropped, yeah, it was slow. It was a very world building like movie,
but
like at least you fucking know who Captain America is,
and it felt like a Marvel movie.
Yes, so I get it. I get why it's like the lowest rated Marvel movie or whatever. As far as critics go, if you look at the Rotten Tomatoes, it was still like above 80% or whatever. As far as like the audience, which is another thing that I love.
For any other movie, it did okay box office wise. Before a Marvel movie, it tanked. It did bad.
Yeah, as far as a Marvel movie, it did. Let's see, box office for Eternals, because I want to get actual numbers. I like getting actual numbers here. Eternals had so far it's at 120 million, which is phenomenal for a movie, low for a Marvel movie. But that's kind of like I was talking to you on the phone the other day, where like Eminem, his worst album was still gold. You know what I mean? So it was like for any artist, it's a huge achievement to go gold. But like people were shitting on Eminem for only going gold on his worst album or whatever. So like that's kind of what I see here.
And that's a great analogy. But I mean, it's a really solid analogy. But the only difference is that there was still more people who liked that album, and most people just don't like this movie.
Yeah,
they just don't.
I feel you. Yeah. Another thing that would crack me up as far as critics go, because critics are fucking assholes, is that Clifford came out. Alexis was really excited about it. We went and saw Clifford. Whatever, it was cool.
Is that the big red dog?
Yeah, the big red dog movie.
Okay,
whatever, the little kids movie. Like, it's cool. We go watch kids movies to try to stay young. So I fucking loved it because I grew up watching or reading Clifford books and reading my sister Clifford books and my brother Clifford books. Like, so I thought it was cute as hell. I go on Rotten Tomatoes just to look at Eternals, and I noticed Clifford with like a 40-something% from critics. I was like, damn, it wasn't that bad.
Right.
And, like, everyone was like, oh, no way that this is Oscar worthy. This is not it. I was like, Oscar worthy, bro.
Oscar worthy.
It's a kids movie. I was like, what the fuck? And then I look at the audience score. Audience score was at 97%. I was like, bro, these critics have lost their goddamn mind. It reminded me of the South Park episode where the fucking dudes are on Yelp and they think they're all fucking really important because they're on Yelp and shit. And it's like, really, in reality, you're fucking not important at all. And who gives a shit about what you say? Because we're going like, this is our favorite restaurant, so stop shitting on it, type of thing. Like, that's what it reminds me of at this point.
Dude, who the hell was sitting there going to see Clifford, the big red dog, and was thinking, this is gonna matter a lot to the Oscars. So let's see how this movie is. Let's see how good this movie is. Who the hell was thinking that?
I don't know, dude, but apparently some people were. Holy shit. What's up, JBK's dad? You just missed us talking about the stuff that was released Disney Plus Day. We talked about the Eternals in depth, and now we're about to watch the Spider-Man trailer. So
yeah, man, you was late, bro. Can get a little earlier, bro.
So let's go ahead and watch a little bit of this. I'm just gonna have small amount of audio in my headphones. All right, so we have Tom Holland crying in the rain. Looks like Ernest goes to camp. Okay, all right, cool. Got his girlfriend. He's so excited. Hopefully she doesn't die like Gwen. Showing up with Doctor Strange. He does still have the Eye of Agamotto, so they haven't edited that out or anything. His hair looks better though. Goddamn. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Okay. Hello, Peter.
Oh shit.
Woo. Woo.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry, what was your name again? Dr. Otto Octavius. What's your actual name?
He said, is that really your actual name, Otto Octavius?
So, Scooby-Doo
Hey, wait. What was that? The fuck? What is he doing?
That's Electrode, right?
I mean, that's Electro behind him, but what the fuck is this going on here? That's like a Doctor Strange spell that he's got cast on his arm. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, I'm glad that his hair looks better. Because his hair looked ridiculous in the first trailer.
Please, Scooby-Doo this crap.
Oh, so are they saving the big reveal towards the end?
You're flying out into the darkness.
All right, so a lot of Electro for sure. Got Dr. Octopus. We had that little Green Goblin shot, which was hyped. Yo,
is it confirmed that Jamie is playing Electrode again?
That Jamie Foxx? I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I think it's dope that we get Iron Spider versus Doc Ock, like legs versus.
It's the MCU version. At least the MCU version, because it's not the original one.
So I mean that's pretty cool.
It is.
That was a dangerous move right there, diving for a Green Goblin bomb.
Yeah, me too.
Don't.
Oh, okay.
More context to that scene. Okay.
Yeah, there he is. You saw him, right?
You're struggling.
Did he had the full costume too, right? I know that was just Green Goblin that I backed up
Looks
on.
like
My
it.
bad. Did you see the electric like mask or whatever? Boom. Do you see that?
I did not.
Hold on.
Oh,
There.
okay, yeah.
Like, it's got the outline of his face, and then that's Jamie
That's
Foxx
cool.
for sure.
That's
so that's
cool.
that's oh my god, that's dope.
His reasons with being Electrode in the movie was stupid as shit, though.
At least it's a better costume. Oh my god.
No.
Green Goblin.
I'm talking about the crappy original Andy Garfield movies.
Wait, was that Sandman? Sandman's gonna be in this shit too? What the
Oh
fuck?
yeah, Sandman was said to be in this movie. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, he was said to be in it.
We definitely got Sinister Six then. I mean they're all gonna be in this fucking movie. I can't save everyone. Everyone's gonna die. God damn. Oh, there you go. Death of MJ. Right there. I'm calling it now.
You think she's gonna die in this?
100%.
They're starting to come through.
100%. I mean, that's just gonna continue the whatever him.
Wait, it didn't show the 3?
It didn't show what?
It didn't show all 3 of them?
No. As far as like yeah.
Wow, I'm shocked on that one.
Woo.
I really thought they was gonna show all 3 of them on that trailer.
Well, I mean, I knew as soon as like we kept hearing like denials, even as early as like today, of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire denying that they're in this movie. They're of course going to keep that reveal hush hush, even though we've seen every fucking leak that could possibly have come out as far as pictures and everything go that they are going to be in the movie.
When it comes to denials, though, like it's like being a wrestling fan, you understand how that works. Like CM Punk was denying all to hell that he was going to AEW, and then he was in AEW. So,
I hope Doc Ock makes a passing reference to Tony Stark. All right. I'm pretty hyped about that trailer. That was a pretty dope trailer, man.
It was a good trailer. I am disappointed that I didn't see all 3, but no, it was a solid trailer. If anybody just now tuning in now, make sure you do watch early on too, because we had some fire going on there. But
hit that like button as well.
Hit that like button, subscribe, smash it, mash it. You know what I'm saying? It's like the thing about I like too is like Doc Ock has not been shown as smart he really is in the comics. Like they've showed he's a smart guy in the movies, and to be fair, he was only in one movie, so how much can you do? But still, oh my god, man, he is such a smart guy. What we got here?
Cam says only Sinister 5, unfortunately, it looks like, unless they reveal someone else. Venom is probably going to be the last reveal. Sinister 6, Goblin, Electro, Sandman, Doc Ock, Toby, Spider-Man, and Andrew Spider-Man is the Sinister 6. That's funny.
That's the new Sinister 6, bro.
Yeah, I think the new Sinister 6 is, I mean, don't forget, we also have Vulture is out there. Morbius is out there. Scorpion, who they keep teasing, is out there. So
and it's been confirmed that Morbius does take place in the MCU.
Right, because we've seen it. We've seen the Daily Bugle, Black Cat, Rhino. So Rhino is kind of back in the mix again. So there's like a lot of stuff. That trailer was pretty dope. I'm super hyped to see Green Goblin. I will now probably never be able to own the first appearance of Green Goblin. Unfortunately, that's been like one of those books I've had once, but it was like shared with Justin, so we sold it to like move to other stuff. So I've never had one that was like mine personally that I could tuck in the safe or anything. But I do have the first appearance of Electro, so that's kind of like my big piece right now as far as Spider-Man goes.
right.
But yeah, so it's just absolute dopeness. I'm so stoked, and I'm with who said it? Cam said it. I don't want to see any more from this movie until I see the movie. So Lego, shut the fuck up. Pops, shut the fuck up. I don't want to see nothing more until I see this movie.
I'm sorry, y'all are going to be very disappointed because this is a Spider-Man movie.
No.
Yes.
I'll never own the first Green Goblin either. Yeah, I feel you, man. Like that. Oh God, that book was already expensive. I'm talking about like $1,000 for a 1.0, and now it's probably like 5,000 for a 1.0. So, oh well, whatever.
But yeah, unfortunately, because this is Spider-Man, we're gonna get a lot more leaks until this movie actually drops.
Yeah, because I mean, Sony's involved, so all the leaks that come out of Sony, and then of course, Marvel's involved, so all the leaks that come out of Marvel. It's just like it's a double, like it's just a perfect storm for people talking about this movie. And then like there's always the asshole who wants to leak it anyway, who wants to like spoil it. I'll be swiping through Instagram. I'm like, thank God I've already seen this fucking movie, like whatever it is, because this dude just posts it with no spoiler shit. He's just like, here you go, have a nice day. And I block those motherfuckers immediately because it just pisses me off that someone is such an asshole to just like no warning spoil a movie day one just because they want to or they can. So I hope that doesn't happen for this movie for Spider-Man, because if it does, I'm just have to go to James out on a motherfucker. I'm gonna have to go crazy.
Gonna have to be done, bro.
Spider-Man Tom has said in recent interviews that there is a dark twist in the movie. Could be Ned dying. I don't see MJ dying. I don't know, man. It could be Ned dying. It could be Ned turning into Hobgoblin.
This would actually make sense if Tom Holland is no longer playing this role. Her dying makes the most sense,
right?
Because then it would wipe it clean for both of them to be gone. Because it's gonna be kind of weird because all the rumors are saying he's done after his contract. He's not going to come back. Don't know how true that is. Obviously, we don't know. But let's say it is true. So let's say he's gone. He's no longer Spider-Man. It makes a lot of sense for her to die, because how weird is it going to be if she's in the next movie and there's a completely new Spider-Man? Yeah. Like, for that way, you might as well wipe it clean and bring in Mary Jane Watson.
Yeah.
And then bring in this Spider-Man, whoever you want to be the new Spider-Man, whatever you want to be.
Sony's going to lean towards Miles, so I don't think they would bring in MJ Watson. They'd probably bring in.
Well, that's fine too. But, if we're going to Miles, that's fine. That makes it even more better that she unfortunately dies in the movie.
I think it's either going to be her dying or it's going to be Happy that dies. Jon Favreau.
What if it's both?
Or both. I mean, it could be both. Doctor Strange is really Mephisto. Dude, we've already put a ban on anyone saying that Doctor Strange is Mephisto. So unfortunately, JBK is dead. I'm gonna have to block you now. I'm sorry.
Nah, fam. You're fine. You're not bad, because what we're doing is bringing it. Hashtag Mephisto is everybody. Everybody is Mephisto. I'm Mephisto. James is Mephisto.
Right. So that's enough of Chris. Chris is now blocked from his own podcast. It's been cool seeing you.
Everybody's Mephisto. My grandpappy's Mephisto. But no, it's going to be great, though, because we know that we're going to get the Doctor Strange and the What If Doctor Strange from the stuff in this, too.
It could be MJ dying because they might bring an actual Mary Jane played by Shailene Woodley. Dude, I'm sorry, but Shailene Woodley is not that attractive. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I don't know.
Wow, I knew you were gonna say that. How did I not know you were gonna say that?
I'm sorry, dude. I gotta say it.
Like that for?
I remember everyone like going crazy because there was that raining scene or whatever, and she had like the semi-translucent shirt, and so like it was some titty action going on in the first Spider-Man movie. And like I had to go back and rewatch it because I missed it the first time because I was like so distracted by the fact that this bitch is so goddamn ugly. And I was in like sixth or seventh grade.
Whoa! I'm about to ban you, James. Hold on now, bruh. Whoa, that's a little far right there now.
I was trying to ban myself, and that didn't work very well. I guess I can't do that.
Not only did you call the lady ugly, you had to call her a B too. Damn, bruh. Damn, homie. Yo, what did she do to you? Did she piss in your
Sorry, that's Kristen Dunst. You're right. Oh wait, is Shailene Woodley the chick that was in The Secret Life of American Teenager or whatever? Is that Shailene Woodley? Because Shailene, so she is actually very hot. You're right, Kristen Dunst is not that hot. All right, so JBK's dad says, would Sony have rights to Miles? Miles was created post the Sony contract, and Miles was introduced in a non-Spider-Man comic. Would that give the MCU rights to Miles? I really don't know how that works. I'm sure a lot of lawyers would be involved in that. So I really don't know. All I know is that Sony wants Miles and Sony wants Sinister Six. Like that, those are two very clear statements that they have made that they are aiming for as far as cinematic events go. So I can only see that if Tom is really done with Spider-Man, that's the only thing I can see Sony leaning towards is Miles. I don't know. Okay. This is the first I'm hearing it. Is Chris telling me that he is done with the role?
Yeah, that's just again, obviously it's just a rumor, but that's the big rumor that's going around because I do know his contract is up after this movie. I did know that like a year or so ago, but now the big thing is he's not going to be renewed or whatever's going to happen. The big rumor is he's going to be done, and some rumor even says they already have a new Spider-Man cast. Okay. Preparing, like already ready.
It would have to be Miles, 100%. It would just have to be. But JBK's dad also says, I hope we get an old as hell Aunt May and not hot Marissa Tomei Aunt May. I say, why not both? Happy can go out with a bang, threesome style, and then they all die. So hey,
I don't think he wants old lady Aunt May though.
Shailene Woodley is from Fault in Our Stars and The Divergent. So that is the chick I was thinking of. So she's also in that stupid teenage soap opera, The Secret Life. So yes, Shailene Woodley could definitely get it. I'm like 100% redhead.
Bro, you clapping, bro. I'm not clapping. You capping, bro. Stop. You know for a fact I'm clapping. You know for a fact that you would hit the first Spider-Man girl.
Kristen Dunst?
You telling me if she showed up?
I'm not a fan.
And she was like, let's do it. You gonna turn her down?
I can't kick someone out of bed, but I'm just saying, like, dude, I've had a fat chick blow me, when I needed it, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna pursue someone like that. I would pursue Shailene Woodley over Kristen Dunst. Yo, back to the fat chick though. Look, it had been a minute, and fat chicks love gobbling that dick. So you know what? When it comes to getting a blowy, look, I'm just being real. Fat chick over the skinny chick, bro. That's all I'm saying. Bro, that's all I'm saying.
Why does the end of our podcast is always revert to some real... Anyway, look, there's nothing wrong with fat chicks. They need love too. But, and this is not no one here is fat shaming. Bigger girls, we love them. Skinny girls, we love them. No matter what your size is, you're beautiful no matter what. Love you all. But what I'm saying is, you cap. There you go. You cap, bro. So, well, to be fair, you did admit that you would still do what you gotta do with it, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but I'm just saying that, like, when they replaced her in the Batman trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy, the first chick that was whoever Tom Cruise's girlfriend, wife, whatever, I can't remember her name. That was in the first one. I'm super hot. Very much so. And then when they replaced her in the next one, I was like, ugh. ugh.
Mm.
Ugh. I was like, Bruce Wayne could have done so much better when I needed it. That is a very slippery slope. Well, I'm married now, so it's all good. Like I'm talking about like 10 years ago, so it's all good.
Wait, what does he mean by slippery slope with her?
No, going down the when I needed it, you get a fat chick. I'm sure that means slippery slope too. You get a transvestite prostitute at 3 a.m. in the city. You know what I'm saying? We've all been there, Chris. Chris, we've all been there. It's okay.
I ain't been there. I'm sorry, bro. I've been in a lot of sticky situations, but I ain't been in that one. So I
mean, look, we've all been there. So you know,
we all ain't been there. we all ain't been there, but yeah.
So I'm hyped about that trailer that just dropped. Yeah, so that's cool.
It's a good trailer. It was a good trailer.
I know we're running up on an hour and a half, so we're probably going to call it quits here. Next week, we're definitely going to talk about Justice League America Tower of Babel.
We are.
I have read it, Chris,
we got some anime stuff we're going to be talking about too. Yeah.
Info to talk about today that I knew it would have to be pushed.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about JLA next week, Tower of Babel. I'm looking forward to that. And like you said, some anime stuff, probably some sports stuff, everything like that. Because I'm sure we're not going to get too much Marvel announcement as far as the next week.
And then watch they like big giants. They just show a bunch of stuff from Spider-Man. There's another new trailer. They just was like, you know what? We're gonna show you every member of the Illuminati in a Strange movie. They're gonna show like a bunch of stuff. It's gonna be like, all right. And matter of fact, here's Blade coming out. What the?
All right, Peace Cam. We're ending it anyway. You can find us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Right here, talking about everything nerdy and pop culture, but especially comic books, movies, and anime. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. We appreciate you, whether you're hanging out live or catching us on the replay.
Yeah,
Thank you guys. And as always, stay villainous and
fuck the Fantastic Four.